right, Panther fans, how we doing? So we are closing in. We just got 1 week left until the real games. Now, I know tonight we were thinking we were going to see something close to the starting lineup. I believe that's going to be Saturday because apparently half the team is injured. Nothing to be concerned about. Just everybody's got some bumps and bruises, probably from training camp being a little bit more, little harder than these guys thought, but that's okay. From what we've heard, everybody should be good to go. We just don't know about Hornquist. We know the whole cap situation. We're going to figure that out soon enough here. So, before we get started, please make sure you hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I want to get to 10,000 by the end of this season, all right? We're at 5,700 today. We just hit that today. Let's do 10. Let's get 10, huh? Let's get 10. All right. Bobrovsky is in net. We have our entire starting defense tonight, so that's a good thing. It's Forsling with Ekblad, Stahl with Montour, Karlsson with Gudis. Okay, all right, I was kind of on the train to kind of prefer Karlsson up there, but Stahl appears to still have some gas in the tank, so that's fine. No questions there. Heponiemi is going to be on the top line with Barkov tonight. Lundell has my good friend Luosterainen and Balcers on his wings. I say my good friend because in my season preview I asked for Balcers to be in the top 6 on wing, and tonight he's in the top 6 on wing. So he probably is going to start the season on the third line from what it's looking like. Lundell, Balcers, and Luosterainen. No problem there. Like I've said, I watched enough of Balcers and heard enough about Balcers. I think Panther fans are going to be pleasantly surprised. Tampa Bay is playing basically their starting lineup, so it's going to be interesting to see. You get one of two things with Tampa. Either they're going to have come to play or not, so we should know early. All right, let's do this.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1,
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, so it's 2-0 Panthers after 1. We look good. Tampa Bay clearly, they're not exactly out there knocking people around. Let's put it that way. Zach Dalpe gets a goal where the puck just bounces off of the boards and basically lands on his stick, and he got past Vasilevsky. And then Heponiemi puts a rebound away. I believe it was Reinhardt had a shot, rebounded, and Heponiemi just put it in the back of the net. You know, he didn't really pop for me the first couple of games that I saw him, but sometimes when you put players with good players, they up their game, and I haven't seen much of Colin White, not going to lie about that. And if you're asking me right now who I want to see up on that top line with Barkov, I mean, we drafted the kid, right? Heponiemi, right? What's the argument for not giving him a shot right now? Give him, is there sometimes there's something contractually with how many games he can play or whatnot? I don't know if he's past that point or not, but give him some games up there. What we got to lose? If half the team is injured, and it looks like you're probably going to end up with Hornquist on LTIR, it's the only way out of the cap hell, give the kid a shot. What the hell? We know what he can do with the AHL, right? I mean, he's either eventually going to be ready or not. It'd be interesting to see if he gets a shot. Tierney is playing. A couple other guys who may or may not, like Mayhew is centering the fourth line. It's good to see those guys get some ice time, but it's going to be really interesting to see. I predicted we were going to start slow. And it's almost as though coach is trying to help me along with that prediction because we really haven't seen what our starting lineups are going to be. They're going to get maybe one game on Saturday to kind of play together, and then we got a real regular game next Thursday. So we'll see what happens. It's 2-0 Panthers. We're just having fun with this. There's no 2 points. This not yet. Not yet. We're gonna get there. Thursday we'll do that. All right, so it's 2-1 Panthers after 2. Nick Paul gets a goal. It looked to me like there was a miscommunication between Forsling and Eetu Luosterainen. It looked like somebody was supposed to pick up a man. Somebody was supposed to pick him up. Kind of looks like Luosterainen lost his man, so it's 2-1. I will say one thing, though. Well, I'll say 2 things. Well, I'll say one thing, because I can't praise the goaltender during the game, so I can't say that. But what I will say is, Heponiemi is trying to make this team. He is not just settled for, I'm going to go back to the AHL. He's best player on the ice tonight, like Billy Lindsay said. I see no reason why not to give this kid a chance. I mean, seriously. Tierney is another guy who's trying to make this team tonight. He looks pretty good. Dalpe's made some good plays. We've got some decent... We don't have, like, big names like we did last year. You know, the depth doesn't look or sound as pretty. But I think we're okay depth-wise. Defensively, they're playing really well. I was just the one screw up there. But it looked like, to me, like Luosterainen lost his man. Other than that, we look good. We look as good as we can for a team with half their starters out. Let me put it that way. All right. So the Panthers win 3-2. We were about a minute and a half away from we are going to overtime. Not interested in overtime in the preseason. So, Panthers get a late power play. Brandon Montour with the beautiful shot from the point as he's running the power play with Eetu Luosterainen screening Vasilevsky. Don't know if he even see the shot. Doesn't matter. Panthers win. We get out of town. And look good. Now, one thing I should mention, Dalpe, who has been looking pretty good, he got tackled on, I forget who it was. I think it was Perry. And he went right to the locker room. We didn't hear anything, so we don't know if it was a head injury or what. But when he got tackled, he went flat back, and his head did hit the ice. So we'll have to pay attention to that. Heponiemi continued to have just a monster game. He looked really, really good. There's only one thing I saw him do, which is probably not going to tickle the coach's fancy. He tried a backhand pass across the center of the ice, right through the middle of the ice. That got intercepted and led to a chance. So that is probably something coach won't take too kindly to. But the rest of the game, he looked really, really good. And you guys know, I mean, we've been looking for a guy on Barkov's wing for forever, on that right side. For Hagee, as soon as he got together with Barkov, it really was a good match. And it's just been a rotation of guys up there on his right wing. I know Duclair, generally speaking, would be the guy. But even when Duclair's been healthy, he's been, swapping between the top 2 lines because you just don't have a guy that's been up there that just really complements what Barkov does. They definitely seem to have developed some chemistry. And I know it was Reinhardt up there, I believe, tonight. But I would like to see us start with Verhaeghe, Barkov, Heponiemi. I saw nothing that tells me there's no reason not to give this kid a chance. I know he's small, but we drafted him. Like, he's not going to get any taller. He's not going to get much bigger. That's who the kid is. So I say give him a shot because considering the injury and the salary cap situation, do it. It's time to see if this kid's going to make it, and I think he might. I think he might be ready. The second line was Luosterainen, Lundell, and Balcers. I didn't see a whole. To be honest with you, I didn't see a great game from that. Like Luosterainen looked pretty good. Lundell's trying to do a little bit too much. He was a little bit too much with the passing. He had one opportunity there on the third period where he should have probably taken the shot and instead he was trying to pass it off to Lusterunen. I don't think he was ready, and the puck was going back the other way. Defensively, I'm going to tell you right now, and this is going to probably irritate a half dozen people, Forsling with Ekblad is going to be better than Uyghur with Ekblad. And that's just the way it's going to be. Stu's been right this entire time. You can see it. Those two players are going to complement each other better. And that's not a knock on Uyghur per se. It's just I believe that Forsling is going to complement Ekblad better. That's what I'll say. Second pair was Stahl, Montour. Montour had a really good game. And Stahl doesn't look like he's going to hurt us. I think we're going to be okay. In the bottom pair with Carlson Gudis, I love it. I think we're good. I think we're good. Now, Kierstead actually played this game too, so because we had 11 forwards and 7 D. So it looks like Kierstead and Delzato are the first two guys to get called up if somebody gets hurt. I'm comfy. I'm nice and comfy with this team right now. It's going to have some growing pains. They're going to start off a little slow because there's no chemistry in most of the lines. And I really don't believe that Maurice has put too much of the system in. He couldn't have because guys haven't played together. That said, I like this team that we got. Bobrovsky looks ready. Spencer Knight looks ready. We look ready. Absolutely. And the last thing I'll say is Billy Lindsay was doing the radio, and he talked about how he hasn't been face-to-face with Barkov in a while. And what we thought we saw is real. In other words, Barkov has put on a massive amount of muscle, so you gotta love to see that. Kind of thought, and I know what happened late, but I was kind of hoping and thinking and hoping that moving Huberdeau, moving Uyghur would kind of motivate Barkov to take the next step. I'm sure he was working out and putting on the weight before that happened, but now he might have the size to back up some things there. I think we're good. I predicted us to win the cup, and I'm going to stick to it. I'm not budging off of that. I genuinely believe this is the year it all comes together. So Panthers win 3-2. Tomorrow, Stu and I will be back with our first review of the year. A couple of things. I started a new podcast yesterday that I'm talking sports. The bigger stories of sports for that day. If hockey is included in that, it will be hockey. But it'll be other things. Make sure you check that out. And make sure you check out flyingfluffy.com for those of you who are just catching up over the summer. We're ready to go. We're absolutely ready to go. We've got so much content planned. I don't know what to do with myself. Make sure you do not miss the Game 1 recap intro. That's all I'm going to say about that. Appreciate all the support. I'll see you guys again tomorrow morning.